I feel somewhat at odds with everyone else on this panel up here because I'm not a part of government yet. I will be soon. I've owned and operated and financed about 20 businesses in my life. I currently run a small business in Narragansett, Rhode Island. I know exactly what it is that a businessman feels every day of my life. I don't have to go out on a tour to figure it out, but I did. I went out and I spoke to businessmen in Rhode Island all across the state. And it's the same problems that you might expect. It's the same that these people echo, but only here once or twice a year when they make their visits. But the problem is, as Barry said, we have a government that's a little bit too involved in what we want to do. And every time a business starts up and looks at what it has to overcome to actually open the doors and begin operating their dream, something that they've probably been thinking about for years and years, they have to go through a permitting process, they have a license process, they have to go to get loans at a bank, and usually it's one or two people that have this dream. And they have to hire all kinds of people just to get the doors open in the very beginning. So they need this capital at the startup. And where is this startup capital for this dream? It's not from the government, and it might not even be from this room. It might not be from the documents that I had to receive. It actually comes from real risk takers. You're looking at one. I took risk with dreams. I took people, I'm taking a person right now in South County. She wants to operate a thing called Becoming Italian Today. She and her family make great sausages, and they sell them in Belmont Market in Wakefield, Rhode Island. And she wants to take this business to become a Rhode Island business. She talks about importing and exporting out of the Port of Quonset, which we've really not done a good job of developing. She talks about taking this business and taking it international. She talks about all those things, but guess what? She couldn't open the doors. She needed the very beginning financing. And so what did she do? She came to someone like me, an entrepreneur, a risk taker. So what did I look at? What do I look at when I invest in a small business? I look at the chance that she'll be stifled along the way by government regulations. I took her to EDC. I said, maybe they can give you a loan. They couldn't give her a loan. She wasn't far enough along the way. I took her to a bank. The bank said, well, we kind of need to see a little bit more about how this business is operating, and we're going to need a couple of business plans. She didn't have the time to do that. She was making sausage. Now, I've invested in companies like this. I've invested in high-tech companies. I currently own a portfolio of 20 companies. I've served as an advisor at a venture capital firm. I've served as an advisor at a bank. I know what's going on in the real world. I know what's going on in business. And I passionately care about small businesses. The best thing we can do is get out of their way, and when they ask for advice, give it to them quickly.